Boy, oh boy. It's been a while since I've done one of these, hasn't it? Since SummerSlam. And now we're gonna get 2 in the span of a day. 2 in the span of a day, 48 hours. Well, technically 24 hours, 20 whatever-ish hours. The one for, let's say SummerSlam. SummerSlam's the next pay-per-view. See, I'm so out of practice with these. The last WWE pay-per-view. You know. So, hello. It is your favorite wrestling fan, even though I struggle, but I have caught myself up on the low in the last 72 hours, and I'm in the know. And now that I'm in the know, let's talk NXT TakeOver. It's typical with these videos. I try to keep it shorter than 20 minutes so I don't go on and on. But what will help is, since I have a schedule set up now, and my work schedule is kind of set up in advance, I can actually go about doing a recap video like I did for the Royal Rumble way back when. Never got around to doing those. So we can actually start doing these. Still talk about it in chat when I stream later today. We'll talk about SummerSlam when I stream later Sunday. But for now, I would like to get into my predictions and maybe give a little bit of a reason why, what I maybe think happens during the match. We'll see how many I get wrong. I mean, let's be honest. That's what you're all here for, right? Let's talk. So I'm going to start out with the obvious. I'm wearing a Dan O'Brien shirt. Here's a beard. Respect the beard. I'm just going to start out with the obvious because we already know who I'm picking anyway, so let's just get it out the way. And I'm going to tell you why I'm picking him. Just going to pull up the other contenders in the match just to see. This will be a little bit of a talk. So as you know, Keith Lee, double champ, he beats Adam Cole on an episode of NXT, title versus title. So he is now, was the NXT champion and the North American champ, but he vacates the title. We have all of the shenanigans leading into everyone qualifying and some getting extra qualifying opportunities. And Gargano is who I'm going to pick to win. I mean, come on now. Did you really think I was going to pick anyone else? I will never pick against Johnny, period. The Undertaker's retired now. There is no reason for me to ever pick against Johnny, period. The end. So I'm picking him to win. Now, he's probably not going to win, so I'm picking him, and I'm living with that pick. I'm going to tell you who I really think wins the match. So let's go by process of elimination. What is Gargano doing winning that championship for him right now? I don't think it does a lot. I think his next championship is that one, the NXT championship. It makes sense. Remake NXT in his vision, in his image. Can't do it as a North American champ. It's just a stepping stone. No offense. Velveteen Dream? Could you imagine? Now, I was well aware that he wrestled Finn, and I actually watched that live-ish because I wanted to see the reaction on social media during the match, and I guess exactly what I expected to be. Yeah, all of the stuff involving and surrounding Velveteen Dream, it would be an absolute nightmare for the WWE if they put any belt on him right now. To be honest, until something is out and said, I'm still in shock that he's even wrestling on live TV. Kind of wrote him off by moving to Cole in the manner that he did, but to bring him back, I just feel it's one of those tough things. Is he arrested? No. Has he been charged? No. But just the PR looks really, really bad if you were to win a championship right now, because then he has to become a focal point on TV again, a focal point, and I feel that is going to bring more attention to it. So that rules out too. So you have Reed, Grimes, and Priest. tell you why it's going to be Damian Priest. Again, I said it's like a stepping stone title. Everyone that has held the title, I want to say not everyone. Those that have had the title have done things outside of it. The exception being Strong. I have to go back and think, because you had Ricochet, then he got called up, Johnny, and then later, like months later, he becomes NXT champ. Cole eventually becomes NXT champ. Keith Lee, the same title reign, becomes NXT champ. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Priest has that trajectory, but think of it like the Intercontinental title. When you put that type of title, a mid-card-ish title, on a wrestler, it's to do two things. One is to give them programs, and you have something that can tie it all together, the championship. Two, it's also kind of putting them in the spotlight and seeing how it goes, because it could be one of those things. Priest becomes an Intercontinental NXT North American Championship or title champ, and it flames out. Maybe this is a sign that we're going to have to ease back on a push with him. I don't think that this is something that we can look at long term. Keith Lee, everything progresses well. Fans are getting behind him, support him, boom, champion. Same with Adam Cole, Undisputed Era. With the exception is Roddy Strong. I've always wished we could have got Roddy. I still can, Roddy as a NXT champ. I think he would do great. He's great in the ring, but given he's in the Undisputed Era until he leaves or until the group breaks up, he's not going to be bigger than Cole. That's how stables tend to work. Unless we're going to have Randy Evolution style and have him get excommunicated. So I say Priest. I think Priest has the most to gain. I kind of like Grimes in this match too, but I think Priest, he's had enough good matches. Really like this match with Finn. He's had enough matches where I feel confident in saying, if you put the belt on him, I think he'll get the title. So for that and that alone, he wins. I have to disqualify the very first thing I did was disqualify the Velveteen Dream. Can't win. He can't win. Has all the more reason for him to do it, but even the WWE is not going to go down that road. There's limits to some of the silly things or questionable things they do. Johnny, for me personally, I would love for him to win, and I'm going to talk major trash if he does. But I think with what his character is doing, it benefits him more to be NXT champ than North American champ. Sorry, Johnny. But I'm still rooting for him to win, and I will. One. And he was just in a NXT, he just, in your house challenge for the title and lost. So I can't see him winning it. Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. This one bothers me in the sense that I'm really curious to see how this match plays out, because Cole is going to have to do the heavy lifting in this match, which I'm fine with. There's no better person to do. First of all, what happened during the interview, it's funny because some people got so upset. It amazes me that we're in 2020 and people still are able to get fooled by works. When I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a work. What was going to come of it, I didn't think it was going to be a match per se, but it was definitely a work. Still got it. Every now and then they still can do something that actually gets the desired result. So then you have a match. I sound crazy for saying this. Cole's gonna lose? What does Cole winning do for him? What does losing do for him too, for that matter? I just can't see. I don't understand why I feel this way. I can't see Cole losing this match. Or winning this match. I can't even explain. Is it because of how it would play in social media and the media world that a punter won a match? I honestly feel like that's probably worse versus, you know, like Gronk or something, because it's like, hey, this is an athlete that we see, not this guy that just kicks the ball. You know how kickers and punters, special teams players, or at least kickers and punters, are viewed compared to the rest of the team. But I think it'd be hilarious if he won. And that's all the more reason why I kind of want him to win. I don't know what Cole does now, because he can't challenge for a championship. What does he do? I don't know. Does this continue to drag? I just don't know. I'm going to pick against Cole. I'm picking Pat to win. I don't even understand why I'm doing this. And if it happens, depending on how it happens, I am going to be really... I'm just going to be laughing on stream. I don't know why I'm picking him, but I am. Pat, good luck. You're in the ring with the right guy. Just know that. He's going to do everything he can to make you look as good as possible. We all know Cole should win. That's exactly why I'm picking him to lose. Alright. There's a couple more matches. We have Timothy Thatcher recently added and Finn Balor. Thatcher on the map because of his match with Matt Riddle. Really solid match too. Who needs to win more? I think Thatcher needs to win more because it's so like I feel like his match with Riddle, even though he lost, solidified him being a star type player, so to speak, in the sense that, hey, we can build around this guy, we can build feuds around this guy, we can make him an important part of our program, or at least he's relevant to being on program. We can do stuff with him versus Balor, who you have freedom to do whatever. The thing is, Balor can afford to lose this match because he still has that standing. Thatcher, I think, loses some of his momentum if he loses, but I think he's going to benefit from losing to Finn because Finn needs to, I feel like he's going to ascend some. And that is going to benefit Thatcher. Kind of how it was with Priest and Balor. You're in the ring with one of the stars in NXT and you lose, but you come out looking like $1 million. I feel that's what's going to happen with Thatcher. So I'm picking Finn to win. I still hope at some point we can get Finn versus Walter. Just obviously tough with all these things going on with travel, with COVID, but I think it'll be a good match. I think it'll be the surprise match on the card. The ladder match probably is going to be my favorite, but I think this match has a lot of potential. And Finn's going to make him look good, but I think Finn ends up winning in the end, and they'll both move on to bigger and better things. Women's title match. Jaden, I'm sorry. I assume there's going to be interference. We know who. And I assume there's going to be interference to counter the interference. Whether it's... Nah, I'm just going to say probably. But end of the day, Io Shirai. One title defense? No, this can't be historically, most women's reigns in NXT are not short. For that reason alone, I have to pick Io to win. Even though Rhea and Charlotte just had short ones. But I feel like Io is someone that they can build around. She has the potential. A lot of people thought that she was going to be the successor to Baszler in the first place, especially after Kyrie gets called up. But I really think that they can do a lot with Io, especially with the women that you have now. I feel like it benefits NXT more to have a heel chase Io, who suddenly turned face on the sly very quietly, versus the typical what NXT does, having the heel be the champ and everyone chasing, all the faces chasing the heel. We're going to get the reverse, because I feel like there are the quality of heels, and you can still do face versus face. Thing is, it's really tough to do heel versus heel for championships. It just doesn't mesh well. So I think having a face opens up the possibilities. Io's going to win. Her first defense out of pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. She wins. Sorry. So that leaves us 2 matches, I believe. We have the contenders match for the tag titles. And based on what I just said, I think it may be a little obvious of who I'm already factoring out of this equation. So you have LDF, Breezango, and our hard-hitting boys. Danny and company have to win this match, and I'll tell you why. First of all, again, I just said heel chasing heels. I like Imperium. I think they're really good. Like, I've been a big fan of Marcel since he's been there, and I think probably when I went to the live event the last time they were here in Southern California, I think he's probably the second on terms of the roster. One I was second most impressed with. Johnny impressed me with everything he does. Like, he just walks to the ring and walks back, and I'm just like, oh. But I really like that team, but I don't see a heel versus heel for the tag titles. So that automatically disqualifies FDF. So here's my thing. If I'm going to take them out the equation, Breezango, I feel like I have to take them out too because they're beefing with each other. So it makes it really easy for them to just beat the hell out of each other. And they just kind of leave a great opportunity for Danny. I think it would be a great tag team match too. They've had some quality matches already in the past. Those 4 men involved, I'm all for it. I think it would be a fantastic match. So personally, I don't know how it plays out. That's how I think it may play out, but that's who I'm hoping wins. I think it benefits everybody involved. And I assume that it's the pre-show match, sorry. It's a pre-show match, so it's a great way to kick off. I mean, most pay-per-views in terms of TakeOver start out with the tag titles anyway. Since we don't necessarily have the tag titles being defended, you got that. Be a pretty good way to get everybody going. But Danny picks up the pin. I'll take that. And then the last match. Try to make this short, so we're getting close to 20 minutes. Lee and Cross. So here's my issue. I feel like this is the Fiend all over again. I'll tell you why. Keith Lee. I feel like this is the WWE backing itself into a corner, and I'll tell you why. Keith Lee just got the championship. I'd hate to see his run in so soon. Cross has been building momentum. I'm kind of surprised he's getting a title match so soon. I don't think a loss is... I mean, at some point Cross has to lose. But I just feel like either one of them getting a loss actually kind of hurts right now. It hurts Cross's momentum, though I think he can not be a champ in his character. What he's doing, I think he can still be impactful, but it takes away a little bit of his mystique catching an L. Keith Lee, the one caveat I'll say is it would bother me some if he lost because he just won it recently, but there, especially knowing that he gave up the North American title, then he would drop that, and then he loses one match and essentially lost 2 titles in one night since the North American title was vacated. The question is, we know, or we can assume, or at least I've heard rumors that Vince is very high on Keith. Does he get moved to Raw or SmackDown? And if he does, then I can see why you take the title off of him and he moves on to one of the other shows in the WWE umbrella. I personally, though, am going to leave that out. And I'm going to assume they're both in NXT. For that reason, I have to pick Keith to win. To me, that's the only way that he loses the titles if they have plans for him to leave NXT. It's too soon. He has all this momentum. You can't just end it so quick. I think it'll be a hell of a match, and it really pains me because Cross has grown on me. Love his theme. I love the way his mannerisms in the ring. But man, eating a loss so soon, it just bugs me because it's not necessary. This could have been This is a feud, assuming there's no shenanigans. This is a feud, as in matches that could have happened later with more build up. I feel like it's almost being rushed into. It is what it is, though. But I'm really looking forward to that match. But I have Leah as the winner. So to recap, Women's Championship retain. North American Champion crowned, it'll be Damian Priest. NXT Championship retained. Danny and Oni become the #1 contenders for tag titles, and Finn Balor, the Prince, gets the W. That's all I got. So thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the pay-per-view. I will be watching. I'm going to start it a little late and stay off of social media, but I will be streaming after I am done watching it. I did get golf this morning, didn't get it yesterday, but got it this morning. I am prepared to play. I'm going to actually install it while the videos are uploading. So we'll probably do the NBA offseason and we'll do this. So appreciate you watching. We'll talk SummerSlam on SummerSlam video coming up tomorrow. But we'll talk NXT TakeOver in chat. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you lovely people later.